Raider Nation, what's up? It's your boy MC Raider, and you are tuning in to a new episode of the MC Raider Show. I want to give a shout out to everyone from social media who reached out yesterday on my birthday. Thank you very much. Shout out to everyone on Instagram Live. I have Instagram Live going on right now, and also shout out to TikTok, man. Thank you, everyone. I mean it. I had a great time with my family yesterday. But at the end of the day, it was just a great experience over at training camp. I came back super tired. So if you do follow me on Instagram and obviously here on YouTube where this is available, if you go back to see part 1 and part 2 of my trip to Henderson, Nevada, um, you'll get a kick out of it. Just the way the trip over there, and also the actual day of training camp. And I wanted to record this episode, just my reaction overall training camp. You know, if you see part 2 of the video, you see all the autographs, you see all the players that I met. You get to see a little bit of the M Casino, which when I got there, I was expecting to have like the whole Las Vegas vibe where there's everyone playing, and the casinos are super packed and there's music playing. Obviously, it was a Tuesday morning, 2 in the morning, 2:30 when I got there, and that shit was completely dead. It was like, okay, well, so it felt like you were not in Las Vegas but in Nevada, if that kind of makes sense, because the vibe that I was feeling was different. So thank God it wasn't that packed, and everyone, it was just a few people at the roulette table, a few people playing poker. Um, but I really wanted to go see the Raiders Tavern, the restaurant there. So the first thing you see, you start seeing Raiders pictures everywhere, and as soon as you get there, there's like this whole fucking hallway of Raider helmets everywhere, and they're signed by active players, and there's some Hall of Famer players, and I didn't get to see each helmet per se, but if I invite you to go see that video, part 2, which is the training camp day. I show little footage of that throughout the video. Um, but anyhow, just the experience itself, guys. Um, I have to say it was great for the first time ever going to training camp. Will I go to another training camp again? Mm, I have to say I'll probably have to think about it, and I have to like be honest. Like, if I don't really have to go, I probably won't go again. But for being my first time, obviously I had to take the chance to go, and not only that, but the excitement is about the whole training camp thing for me was obviously meeting the players, taking pictures with the players, and just entering the Raiders facility. I think that's the whole thing, right? Once you go there again, then but that first time, if you get a chance to go, it's always just that first time. And like I said before, I was very tired. I didn't sleep at all. Like, legit, I didn't sleep at all. I We left at 7:30 p.m. here from Pico Rivera, California, and we drove. And you figured it's a Monday night. It's going to be no traffic, and no, the freeway was completely shut down. One lane open. All the workers are out there in the middle of the freeway working and shit, and we're there stuck for like maybe about an hour and 45 minutes on a standstill and going through that one single lane. And we end up getting to Barstow and stopped by and had Denny's, me and my son, and yeah, then we hit the road again. And after that, it was straight shot over there. We got there at 2:30 in the morning, came out excited but tired. Um, and after I went in there and scoped out the place, I really wanted to get information on how or where do people line up, or just I really want to be the first one there, just because I didn't want to lose the opportunity uh, to be all the way in the back and be at the wrong place. I was told by many people that went over there and where to sit down, and the best place to be at for autographs and all that. And I explained all that on my vlog, so please go watch that video if you haven't seen it. Um, and I wanted to be there. Obviously, I was very lucky and fortunate to be at the right place at the right time that Tuesday morning, because I had no idea the Raiders, the players, um, were staying at the hotel. Now I know that the rookies, most likely they don't have a home in Las Vegas, and some haven't even made the team yet, and they're trying to make the team. So I figured all these rookie players were staying at the hotel, but I did not expect to see Max Crosby, Davante Adams, Hunter Renfro, um, Marcus Peters, Nate Hobbs. I didn't expect none of these, like the actual people, players that live in Vegas, to be staying in the hotel. But apparently, that's the deal. During training camp, they're away from their families, and they have to stay all together in that hotel, which makes sense because I'll tell you later on, later on in this podcast, why it made sense after. Um, so yeah, I was fortunate to be standing there, and as the players started coming out, I was standing there with my helmet. If the helmet that you see back here, it's autographed, and I'll show you guys throughout the week on some videos, and I'll talk about each autograph and put the video there. But yeah, so they get there, and guess what? It started raining, guys. It started fucking raining at 6:30 in the morning, maybe 6:45. It started pouring, and the people that were standing there, they were like, "Shoot!" I heard the workers were like, "Hey, we gotta call the buses to come now. We gotta get these people on the bus and have them just wait at the bus, get them early." And shit started, and I started panicking because my helmet that's been autographed, and that's Jimmy Garoppolo's autograph. Look, it looks like shit, but that's the way he signs it, anyways. And I was like, shoot, I had to cover it. I didn't want the Sharpie to get smeared or anything like that. So I had the Max Crosby jersey that I was carrying. He also signed that jersey. I had to put the helmet inside the jersey to cover it. I'm like, oh shit, dude. I was all stressed out about that. But anyhow, luckily the buses got there on time, and those that were standing there, they checked us, they got our passes, and they put us on the bus right away. But we sat down in the bus for 30 minutes, maybe more. But we were in the bus, and that was. I mean, it was cool. We were there. I was excited. Um, but yeah, we were there on the bus for a while, and so on our way over to the Raiders facility, that's where I think the fun really starts. Just to know that you're gonna enter the Raiders facility, the training camp area, and you see this building on the Raiders YouTube channel. You see this building when you go to Henderson and you drive through it. You see it from afar, and just there's you have to be somebody or know somebody or be part of the Raiders organization to actually go in there, and so all you experience is you see it from afar, but knowing that we're gonna go in there, and we have access to go through there, it was just amazing. We get there, and it's just so real moment for me. On the vlog, you see I'm recording, and you could see the building, like kind of like a slow motion type of shit. Like, damn, like you're in shock to see that, and the gates open, and as you go, as you start entering the building, the Raiders facility, um, you start seeing like security guards. You start seeing all the workers. There were some cars that were parked there. I was trying to see if Josh Jacobs was inside a car. No, I'm just bullshitting. But anyhow, um, we get there, we get off the bus, and that whole maybe 40 minutes, uh, getting off the bus and just walking towards like they have some golf carts, and they'll give you a ride because it's kind of a long ass walk to where all the stands are, the bleachers, and but you get there, and you see the whole field. You see like three field goals, three different fields where they all practice, and in that moment, you you really uh appreciate that whole feeling, just because if you're a Raider fan, diehard Raider fan, you get to witness that, and I hope you guys get to see that on my vlog. If you've never been there, you get to experience that with me. But that was great, man. That was an awesome feeling. So yeah, we get in this golf cart, and they take us, and they drop us off, and we start walking there, and they tell you, all right, guys, this is the your picture time. You can take pictures and all the video you want right now. Well, no shit, because there's no players outside and there's nothing going on. But yeah, you can take pictures of, you're standing there by the field. You take pictures of the building, and take pictures with your family or whatever, and that's about fucking it. Like what, like what? But you do that, and that's all. We get there, and they're very very strict when it comes to picture photography, when it comes to video. They're very strict. They have in fact, they have some people sitting in the bleachers that I noticed that were like spying and checking who's on their video, and they had like a little microphone, like a headset, and and it makes sense. The plays, whatever they're doing, they're very strict with that. They don't know who's coming to training camp. A lot of these people, the majority of the people there in training camp are all season ticket holders. I'm not a season ticket holder, not yet. Maybe in the future I will, but um, like I said, I was lucky to had access of these tickets because of season ticket holders. And so shout out to Pinoy Raider, shout out to Power Raider, my boy, that got me connected for me to be, able to experience this. So yeah, you take pictures there, and that's it, guys. You can't really um, take pictures and video whether players are out there. You try to be sneaky. I was trying to be sneaky. You see some footage on my video on my vlog there, but that's about it. Um, so let's talk about just my experience, my reaction with the players. I saw Jimmy Garoppolo. That's the one of my main concerns. I wanted to see how he looks. I wanted to see. Obviously, he's going to be kind of like rusty when it comes to like, he's been off for a while, so like people expect him to go out there and just be fucking like Superman and shit. But no, it's not gonna work like way. Like, obviously he's coming out from an injury, he's coming from rehab, all this shit. But I wanted to see other things from Jimmy Garoppolo. I wanted to see if he had control of the offense, if the players were buying into Jimmy Garoppolo. I wanted to see if they were actually paying attention to him, if he was in demand and control of the offense. And I wanted to see if he had that leader inside him, um, and he did. I saw everything that I wanted to see from Jimmy Garoppolo. He was in control. He was pointing at the players. He was demanding shit when they run the offense, and even I saw even a few audibles they were doing, and he was in control of all that. Um, Now, there's this notion about Jimmy Garoppolo not having the deep ball and not throwing the ball deep. Like on a I've just been seeing that he doesn't throw the ball deep. He doesn't, the head doesn't have an arm, and it sucks to say, but I did not see any long balls from Jimmy Garoppolo. Nothing. All the plays were like little small slants down the seam, maybe like 10, 15 yards. Boom. They were working on releasing the ball really quick, which that's been his shit, and but I'm not sure if that's really going to work, if that's the plan. But who knows? It remains to be seen. But I saw a lot of that with him. Now, Aiden O'Connell, the rookie quarterback, that's a whole different story. Every single play that he did uh, was mainly long balls, and he threw that shit deep. And I wanted to see his poise there. I wanted to see how he had control. Also, I wanted to see if he was nervous. I wanted to see if if this kid was like, if he's gonna be ready in case Jimmy goes down. And yeah, man, the kid's awesome, man. I talked to the dude, real cool dude. He seems very very comfortable there, very accurate with the ball. Man, there was this time where Devontae Adams lined up against um, fuck's his name, Marcus Peters. Oh, bro, he cooked them so bad. Devontae Adams just did a little fucking move and that took off, and that ball went up, and it was like maybe like 60 yards, man, 50 yards. The shit went up right on Devontae Adams' hands, man. It was crazy. The crowd went wild. That was cool to see. But other than that, guys, I was focusing on our defense. I wanted to see how all the players got together, if the chemistry was there. You know, one thing for me is I want to see chemistry. If there's chemistry and everybody plays together, everybody's communicating together, I think that's gonna go a long way. And yeah, man, Max Crosby, the man, he's the center of attention there at training camp, guys. This guy, he's something else, man. Not only he's the man of the people because he goes over there and he signed every single ball, every single helmet, took as many pictures as he could throughout the at the end of the training camp. He went over there and he was the last one to leave, guys, and that means something. That was awesome to see. But he was in control of the defense. In fact, I was there when Jimmy Garoppolo did the hard count and he went off sides and he got mad and he said some shit. I don't know if he said something to Jimmy, but he looked like he was like trying to pump Jimmy up. And they made Max Crosby run a lap for that. And I was there when he's running. I was like, what? And then once it ended, all these rumors were out on the internet that Max Crosby was going at it with Jimmy Garoppolo and all this shit. Just a bunch of rumors. But what really happened, Jimmy Garoppolo did a hard count and he got his ass. Max Crosby went offside, but Max Crosby still went over there and kind of like, a little touch on Jimmy Garoppolo and said some shit. But other than that, that was it. And they made Max Crosby ran a lap, and that's what happened. So other than that, guys, those were my main things. I wanted to see Jimmy Garoppolo. I didn't really give a fuck about his accuracy right now with the ball. I know that he's rusty right now, but I wanted to see him in control. I wanted to see if he really had that offense going and if they were really buying into him and really paying attention to him. It's like it's that chemistry that I really wanted to see, and he took over. There was a moment where they did like that no huddle offense, like 2 minute offense, and he took the team fuck all he the deep they were going at against it was a um the offense versus defense, but it wasn't like the second string. It was the first string. It was like the actual starters, and he took the offense fuck fast as fuck and scored a touchdown. And that was fucking great to see. He didn't do any deep balls, but the plays they were calling, he was in tune with Josh McDaniels. Like they knew shit. Like you could tell, like the chemistry between them. You could see when they were looking at each other, and then he was just nodding his head, like they just knew what the fuck they were doing, and they ate up the defense, man. Like Jimmy Garoppolo had Devontae Adams, quick slants, boom. Hunter Renfro doing his thing, boom. They had Samir White, the running back. He was like doing his shit, but it was so fast. They took the ball down and they scored, and that was good to see. So I liked Jimmy Garoppolo's presence was really good. Hunter Renfro, Hunter Renfro. There's nothing much I can say. He was doing his thing, uh, and look like he's ready to go. But our defense looks a bit better than last year, and I like what I see. Dudes flying around. It was their first day wearing pads, August 1st of training camp, and they were flying around, man. So that's what I got from training camp. Other than that, everything you can see on my vlog um, of my experience there. But my reaction at training camp, that was uh, that was pretty much it. I saw after they finished, I saw Jimmy Garoppolo still there doing some reps by himself. He had some dude just hike the ball to him, and he'll hike the ball and he'll run to the left or run to the right, and that's what he was working on. So he was working on his feet and moving around and throwing the ball. Um, so that was cool to see that he was still there. Um, Josh McDaniels, he's all about business, man. He everybody was out there stretching and everything, and then I was like, hey, where the fuck is fucking Josh McDaniels? And he came out the moment the horn went off, they have like the scoreboard and the timer and shit. And when it hit zeros and the horn went off, when it was time to start, here comes fucking Josh McDaniels. He comes out. He has a little fucking stupid headset right there, and he was in demand. Boom, 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 boom. The players were listening to him. He was doing his thing, and then the horn went off again when they ended practice like at 10:40, and he fucking got the fuck out of there. So he was in and out, and he was extremely business, man. Hey, salute. I got some people here on uh, on my life on Instagram. So shout out to everyone on Instagram. Power Raiders on here, Dirty Lows out here, and sub to everyone. So that was exciting to see. Josh McDaniels, strictly business. He did what he had to do, but I didn't see nobody whining. I didn't see nobody talking shit to each other. I didn't see no one like arguing with the coach. Everyone was in tune, and that's what I got from training camp. Like I said, Jimmy Garoppolo stayed after when everybody left, and he was still doing some reps. So the shit you hear about August 2nd, yesterday, I guess he left early from training camp. All that shit you hear about, I think it's just people making it up rumors or like, or he left limping and all this shit. No, he did. I guess there's a time that like certain time he has to be on training camp for that rehab. So that day, August 1st, he stayed longer, and I got some footage also that I'll share later on. But he stayed after practice. He stayed there like another maybe half an hour by himself, and some dude hiking, and he doing some workouts because maybe he knew that uh, the following day it was going to be a shorter practice for him just because of the limitations he has on his rehab or recovery from his injuries or whatever the fuck. Um, Anyhow, that is what I have, guys, that I like to share with you guys um, for my take. Um, I really wanted to take video while they were doing some plays and shit like that, but I didn't want to get kicked out, especially be my first time at training camp. And believe me, when I say they're strict, they're very strict with you using your phone, recording or anything. Even if you're like checking your phone, they think you're recording. They tell you to put that shit away. They have big ass signs that they say, hey, pictures and videos stop now, put your phone away. And they threaten you sometimes. You're going to get kicked out if I see you with your phone again, things like that. But well, I think that's about it, guys. That I took from practice. My main things I wanted to see: Jimmy Garoppolo and the man of the offense. I wanted to see our defense, the chemistry with our defense. I wanted to see how the players um, talk to Josh McDaniels or just their body language. I can't fucking see what they were saying, but from afar, they were like in tune. They were like nodding their head, a lot of thumbs up. I see Josh McDaniels going to them and talking to them and like going over shit and I see them like okay agreeing with them and stuff like that. So that was cool. Um and just the all the other guys, man, like Colton Miller, that guy looks crazy, man. This guy, Colton Miller, I didn't realize how big this dude was. I'll show you guys on one of my shorts videos here on YouTube, and I'll post it on Instagram later on today. I, I'm I'm 5'10", uh, on a good day, so I'll be 5'9", 5'10", and I'm not short, but I'm not fucking tall either. But I'm a fucking normal size fucking human, and I get next to this fucking dude, son of a bitch, dude. This guy is so tall and so big. And when he was signing my helmet, I was just looking up and I was like, what the fuck? Like, how do you go through something like that? And this guy was protecting Derek Carr. Now he's gonna protect Jimmy Garoppolo. Like it was insane. Like you'll see the video, guys. So if you are here on YouTube, please follow, subscribe, uh, but also go on Instagram or TikTok. That's where I'll be posting some of these videos that I have because they're cool videos, man. This is a trip. So shout out to everyone on Instagram that is listening to the show. You guys are first up listening to the show live. Uh, and that's it, guys. We're about to be 25 minutes in the show. I just wanted to come in here and just give you some takes and reactions of my experience there at training camp. Um, and then that's it, man. Shout out to Max Crosby once again, man, making my birthday incredible, man. Um, that was my mission from the beginning, to go over there and get my helmet signed and my Max Crosby jersey signed. And that happened way before training camp, early in the morning. And uh, feel awesome. It feels really awesome to even know that he knows who I am. You know, it's just for him to call me, "Hey, what's up, MC?" Like, that shit felt crazy. You know, and even when Max Crosby was signing all the kids' footballs and taking pictures, I was not gonna bug him no more because he already signed my stuff. But I was recording, and then he's like, "Hey, man, happy birthday, MC," and keep going. Congrats to the 10 months. Like, he said that. Like, if you go on the vlog, like, you hear him say that. I post a thing on my story on Instagram. He says that shit. He's like, "Hey, congrats on the 10 months," and he gives me a dab and shit like that. Um, I gave him my MC Raider patch. Um, he took it. He's like, "Oh, hell yeah!" There's a video of that I'll post later on too. Um, but overall, man, it was great. So thank you for tuning in to the MC Radio Show. There's been another episode, and shout out to everyone on Spotify. Thank you for continually supporting me and listening to. We're up to 1,400 listeners on Spotify now monthly. So shout out to everyone who's out there working and driving, but still you're tuning into the show and you're listening to some Raider talk. Hey, this is what we do, man. Raider Nation, stay blessed, and I'll see you guys pretty soon. Peace.